Sometimes you just want to circle. Not a shape, but a motion. You just want to circle a topic. So you walk around the topic. And you circle. It's like you're pacing, but you're actually circling. And in this respect, you are like a shark. A shark. You keep circling. And you're circling. You want to know why you're circling? Because you're hungry. And even though you just have shark eyes, you can see above you as you're circling. And maybe you're circling because you're nervous and you're hungry, but also you're just trying to get the right aerial view because you have shark eyes. And shark eyes are not terribly accurate eyes. And above you, you see my former roommate, who was also my classmate in my second year of college. He's an amazing guy. I'm actually not going to tell you his name, but I'm going to circle a little bit more because I'm a shark. And that's what sharks do when they're about to eat. I circled a little bit faster this time. I picked up my step and I flapped my fins a little bit more furiously because my college friend is up there. He's on the plank. And he's about to get pushed off by some pirates. Now, my college roommate and friend is precocious, but in a way that's difficult to understand for most people. He's precocious in the sense that he has an excellent intellect, but not only that, he has an emotional intelligence and a kind of real indigenous, visceral empathy for his fellow human beings, but not just that, for dogs, for cats, for birds. And it's really tragic because he's on that plank and sharks are circling underneath. Maybe you're one of those sharks. And what's happened is, it's a little strange because he's actually got his hands tied behind his back and he's gagged and he's blindfolded and he can hear a baby crying. It's his baby. And the captain of the ship, who is also a pirate, is testing the fidelity of my college roommate, whose name shall not be revealed in this recording. And the captain wants to know if my former college roommate will actually leap off into the water below to rescue the child, his own child. And my former college roommate has got his hands tied, okay? And, like I said, he's blindfolded and gagged. And just so you know, he was really into T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland. When I first met my college roommate, we were living across the hall in a college dorm, and he would quote T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland to me. And he'd walk around in these really nice outfits with a tie and a vest. And I did him wrong once, and he always knows that I'm apologetic for what I did to him, but whatever. I'm gonna pace. I'm gonna pace because I'm a shark, right? And I'm going in for the kill. And so what happened is, the captain threw the baby overboard, and I was on the ship as well. I was also one of the sharks. There were a lot of sharks, so there were a lot of possibilities for me to have ambiguous identity. And, of course, my college roommate, he's my ex-college roommate by now because we're pirates, on a ship. We graduated. I graduated from a different college than him. We went our different ways. He's still such an amazing guy. And, so then the baby went overboard, and my ex-college roommate could hear the sound of the baby, and I could only surmise that he had an intuition that there were sharks circling. circling underneath in the waves with big sharp teeth. The baby went down and was like, nah! And of course, my roommate, ex-roommate, college ex-roommate, he jumped in. What was he gonna do though? His hands were tied, he was blindfolded. Well, I automatically jumped in too. It's kind of like what Schopenhauer, the German philosopher, said. He's like, you can tell there's one self, a supreme identity, because when one person or animal is in danger or is about to lose their life, then another person or animal, whatever, comes to the rescue immediately. Now that's interesting. We'll talk about that another time. But that's what happened here. You're probably thinking of the exceptions to that, but I would say that the exceptions really involve people who are not immediately experiencing that oneness, that identity. Maybe they have the crazy karmas that prevent them. I'm dragging this story out. I know you want to hear what happens. So the baby goes down. Ah! Well, the baby probably wasn't acting just that way because the baby doesn't even realize what's happening. This is like, I think for our purposes here, that baby was probably about 11 months old. I can't tell. I mean, the baby was in the pirate's hands, arms, and then it was in the air going down into the shark. So I jumped in there. I'm not afraid of sharks, being one myself. Having had extensive experience in the psychology of sharks, I know how to deal with sharks. Now my ex-college roommate, who is quite empathic, as I said, has incredible emotional intelligence, he didn't have a lot of experience with sharks, I don't think. He wasn't a shark at any other point in time, but he leapt in, and the two of us were down there, and I was like, hey man, I'm here. And it's like he was had such equilibrium and equipoise and equanimity and whatever EQ words you can imagine. He started quoting T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland, to the sharks. Now the sharks were kept on circling and were just going with the flow. They kept circling. And they were circling with their shark eyes and their shark teeth in the deep blue salty sea. It's crazy because what happened is the captain of the pirate ship, well, he was really impressed by what happened, obviously. Anybody would be. But he considered that a kind of mutiny because we were autonomous, autocephalic, or autocephalic. I'm not sure how you pronounce that word. It's a great Greek word. It just means having your own mind. Auto, meaning self. Cephalic is Greek for mind or head. Autocephalic, autocephalic, you choose. And he was like, okay, well, we've lost 2 pirates and a baby pirate, and we're going on. And that's what I had my brilliant idea, because when you're really nervous, right, and you're flipping out, you can't be creative because you're just trying to survive. You're desperate. Well, that wasn't me, and that wasn't my ex-college roommate. That was the baby, but we weren't relying on the baby for any strategic thinking at that moment. So I was just like, I looked up, and of course all the other pirates are on the side of the bow. I don't know pirate terminology because this is just a fucking story. They were on, not the bow, the side. The side, just above where the cannons are. And they were just watching. And so my strategy was to empathically connect with the hearts of my fellow pirates and get them to simultaneously and I guess synchronistically or synchronizedly jump overboard. But that was the problem. Why? Because the sharks were circling. Now, we're 10 minutes into this story, and I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea how long it's going to last. Only because when the pirates actually decide to jump overboard and join us, that's when they have their own choice, right? What are they going to do? Are they going to follow my example and the example of my ex-college roommate? And are they going to circle and become sharks themselves? Or are they going to be eaten by the sharks? Or are they going to scramble back up the side of the ship in whatever way they can, maybe ropes are being dropped down, and forget this ever happened? But they have two options should they stay in the water, which is to tread water for a little bit before they're eaten, or to become sharks. But one thing's for sure, if they're eaten, or if they become sharks, the ship is going to sail onward with just a captain without a crew. And how long do you think that ship is going to sail into the horizon without a crew? And we find that if you consider the minds of the pirates who are now in the ocean with the sharks, I don't know, maybe there's 30 of them, I forget, they have a choice. Do they want to become sharks and hence become free? They don't know how to become sharks. So the question is, how do we become sharks and simultaneously mutiny from that great ship and save the drowning baby? Or at least, if we're not saving the drowning baby, join the two people who would be left behind otherwise for having saved the baby. So I'm going to let you think about that, and I'm going to continue to circle, and I'm going to find out what I'm going to do, because I have the choice. Maybe I'm going to eat one of those pirates.